Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, welcome back. Little inspiration for today's video. Today is the Positive Grid Spark 40 Tube Drive versus the Ibanez Tube Screamer Real World. We already did a comparison video between Real World and the Positive Grid Dry. To give it a fair shake, you don't add any treble, you don't add any bass, you don't add any compression, you don't add anything. Otherwise, it would be unfair. And so overall, the Ibanez Tube Screamer won. If I put that 10, I'm going to put the Positive Grid Spark 40 app tube drive at 9.5. When I first bought the Spark, I went through the app, I saw the tube drive, I was like, these guys are just making their own thing. They stuck their name on it, I didn't even really give it a chance. And that's pretty unfair, I'll be honest with you. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why, when I got to the comparison, I was looking online and I said, my God, this thing is like modeled, like identical to this, except they've changed the name. I wonder if it sounds the same, So borrowed that from my landlord, and well, you can check the video out, and I'll tell you what, I'm blown away at how close that thing sounds to the Real World. I mean, it's not far off for a practice amp. And to be fair, the Positive Grid studio grade Bias FX is pretty close, equal, right neck and neck. It's studio grade quality. It should be better than the Spark. That's how these guys do it. They could make the Spark sound bias. It could if they wanted to, but they brought it down just a little bit, not much. And I was shocked at how good it sounds. So what I have here. Alright, what are we doing here? We got to add a channel, I guess, to make it record. And that didn't do it. We gotta hit the record button. That's what we gotta do. Monitor it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we got countdown here. 2, 3, 4. So this is the clean sound. From the recording that I made with the Ibanez and the Positive Grid, this is in the DAW. This is what it looked like. As you can see, no effects, no anything. And here's, I don't know what they call these graphs. I should. But up here, they probably call it a graph. This is the Ibanez, this is the Positive Grid, and the Positive Grid was recorded just a little bit weaker. So on this side here, I've dropped the level of the Ibanez down 6 decibels to compensate for that. And the Positive Grid is left at 0, so when you play it back, the levels sound the same. So that's not really a fair comparison. In the middle here, it's pretty well the same on the input. So, and actually on this last section, the Positive Grid is a little bit stronger than the Ibanez. So some places the Ibanez is stronger, some places the Positive Grid is stronger. So without any effects on it, you can see that's about even tone. So here's the Ibanez Tube Screamer. Positive Grid. It sounds just, it's the Real World Ibanez. Positive grid sounds fantastic. All the tones, all the intuitions are there, but it just sounds a little bit flatter. So that's why I gave the ultimate win to the Ibanez Tube Screamer Real World. But now that we have it in the DAW, we can, I don't know if they call it cheating or not, but we can compress the signal. I like the brick wall. Okay, so let's see, let's go to the channel. Isn't that funny that all of a sudden it kind of wants to freeze up? Now that I'm recording a video, you know, it doesn't want to work. So we're going to show you real world. We're not going to edit this out. This is the bullshit that happens. Excuse me, that just drives me nuts. And now my recording block is in the way and I can't see my file. So I guess I'll have to restart the file. Let's restart the recording again. Stop the recording, start the recording, fucking do this, fucking do that, because one fucking thing decides not to fucking work. So frustrating. Just fucking work. That's all I ask. Pay a lot of money for this bullshit. I'm trying to do a video here. So we'll start right from the beginning. So we want to cheat, and we want to make the Ibanez, no, we want to make the positive grid sound as good as the Ibanez. We'll go up here and we'll add, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17 different compressors in here. As you can see, I've already added it, so I'm duplicating myself. We'll turn it on here. We'll do the comparison left and right. Ibanez. Positive grid. We'll go back and forth, watch the arrow. Now we're getting really, really close. I still hear a little more clarity out of the real world. So you could try different compressors, you could try different settings. I'm going to go right straight to an equalizer. We'll go down to instrument, since that's what we're doing is guitar. I've already gone through a couple of them. I know the clear is too bright, the bright's too bright. The acoustic grit, we'll try the very first one. You can see you turn it off. You turn it on, there's not a lot of difference. It's very subtle, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for subtle. We're trying to get that richness out, the imaging, where it was just seemed to be all blended together. See, without the equalizer, it just flattened out. So with a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, going through all your different effects, you can get the Spark 40 to sound studio grade. You can get the effects to sound identical or better than. See, now it might be just a little too bright. And that's not a bad thing. I kind of like that. I could go start pulling different things up, down, over. Change equalizers. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 different equalizers. Some are designed for strange piano funk. That's only one set of equalizers in this program. You could go down to, that's 8 EQ. They have a set of 3 EQs which you can go in. You also have your parametric equalizations. So this studio grade program is phenomenal. Besides the fact I could go into actually the bias effects and start throwing more tones on top of it. But doing a comparison, I really didn't want to do that, because we're trying to compare it, not make tones. So you can hear that it makes a real big difference when add on equalizers, compressions. If you bought your Positive Grid Spark 40, I believe that this software is free, but don't quote me because I got it through Novation using the Launchpad, and kind of like a piano sound effects machine. It is, I can't get into it, it's totally phenomenal. It's unbelievable. So now we got, left channel is the Ibanez, the right channel, Positive Grid Spark 40, tube drive. And excuse me, I should say Positive Grid Spark tube drive, re-EQ'd, compressor thrown in. We'll do one more A-B comparison. So let's do the A-B comparison center. Ibanez. Positive Grid. Ibanez. Positive Grid. Ibanez. Positive Grid. So as you can see with the Positive Grid Spark 40, after it's in your DAW, a couple hits of a button with some compressors, some equalizations, you can easily make Positive Grid Spark 40 sound as good on their tube drive or better than Ibanez's Tube Screamer. You could sit there and play around for hours fine-tuning your tone. But then again, if you got that, messed around to get that to sound good, what if you went into the Tube Screamer and you started tweaking that? Could we get that to sound any better? I'm sure we could, but we're stopping there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.